Shalom Saints, and welcome to another episode of New Moon Report. Today is Friday, October 4th, 2024 at 6:22 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here in Arizona. And over my shoulder here behind me, you will see the sliver of the new moon has been spotted. It looks a little light right now, very light actually, but you'll be able to see the new moon. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see it for yourselves. So as you see, when I turn the camera around, the camera's able to darken it so I'm able to zoom in on the sliver. However, therefore tonight marks the beginning of the 8th biblical month, Bull. Now, I want to take a quick moment to give you a quick teaching because there's some confusion as to which month we're on, when we're supposed to celebrate the feast. I had some questions from our last video for Yom Teruah last month. So if you bear with me, I'm going to sit down and do a quick teaching, and I'm going to give you some biblical scriptures to guide you so you're not on the wrong day every year. Stay tuned. Okay, so many people, we're having a little confusion and we're a little divided on the feast. I was in a Bible study with dear fellow brothers and sisters in Yehovah and Yeshua this past week, and we had a very good Bible study. And some people were divided. Some people were doing, what we did on the 7th month. Some people were doing the 8th month. And so the dear brother, explained. He said, well, people are following the Hillel 2 calendar because the Hillel 2 calendar, keeps everybody in sync, and that's understandable. And so everybody at least is on sync because it's a little difficult for everybody to watch the new moon and try to, plan accordingly. And his dear wife made a very deeper observation. She said that these feasts are a mikra, which is a rehearsal. So in a rehearsal, you have time, you get it wrong, and you try to perfect it. So this teaching, just bumped my microphone. This teaching is an attempt to bring everybody hopefully in sync so we're ready for the return of Yeshua when he comes, because he's coming for a church and ecclesia without spot and without wrinkle. And with that, the feast plays a very important part of his return and the timing of the day of Yehovah. So if you bear with me, I'm going to show you a quick couple scriptures so you're in line, so you understand where we are. Now, in the book in Deuteronomy 16:1, it says, observe the month of Aviv. Okay, some people say Aviv. Observe the month of Aviv and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy God. Now, I just read part of it, but the important part is what I'm trying to hone in on. So it says, observe the month of Aviv. Now, this word observe, in the scriptures, it says, let's look in the scriptures. It says, guard the new moon of Aviv. Okay, so it says guard, to keep, to observe. Okay, that word guard is a very important word that a lot of us overlook. That word guard is the Hebrew word shamor. Okay, samor, and it means to protect, to attend to observe, to be aware of, to wait for and to watch. Okay, so that's very important. Now, the word Aviv means green, young ear of grain. If I look here in the concordance of my software, it says it right here. It says, look here, I have to take my glass off to see clearly. Okay, the word Habib is the ripe ears of grain. So what Yehovah is saying here, he's saying protect, guard, observe, and watch for the new ear of grain. In the book of Exodus 12:1, and Yehovah spoke unto Moshe and to Aharon in the land of Mitzrayim, saying, this new moon is the beginning of new moons for you, referring to the month of Aviv. So once we have that on lock, once we follow that, then the subsequent feasts throughout the year will be on time. However, when we follow the Hillel 2 calendar, then we're having a problem. So this year we're having 3 issues. We have one issue where some of us believe the report of spotting enough barley in Aviv So we said in March was the month of Aviv. There's others that said the barley was not in Aviv and they waited another month and they did a Adar Bet, which is a leap year. So we had, instead of 12 months, they had 13 months, and they observed the Aviv in April. And there are others that are going according to the Hillel 2 calendar. So with us that did it last month, we had Yom Teruah and the feast last month. There are those having the feast this month. But even with those watching for it that observed it in April, they're still off because the Hillel 2 calendar was at least 1 or 2 days early, at least 1 day early. So the Hillel 2 calendar is a pre-calculated calendar in an effort to bring everybody in sync. The only problem with that is you can be on the wrong day or even the wrong month, and that is detrimental. So we want to be guarding the new moon of Aviv, the new moon, the new grain, to mark the beginning of the year. Now, I know the rabbis that the Hillel 2 calendar started the observation of it, or started planning it around the 4th century AD, but it didn't get perfected until 1000 AD, around there. Okay, so it took a few hundred years to get the thing right, and even that is still off. Jehovah requires us to watch and wait. That's why Yeshua said, no man know the day or the hour. I came out here last night, expecting to see it according to my software, and the sky was clear and I didn't see it. It came out today, okay? So we have to be obedient to Jehovah's scriptures. Now, they did that out of, again, to bring everybody throughout the world to be in sync. But remember what, I think it was Samuel told King Saul, when King Saul wanted to do the sacrifice. He said he waited and Samuel never came. And Samuel rebuked him. He says, obedience is better than sacrifice. So we have to be obedient to Jehovah's word, and prayerfully we'll all get in sync and be on the right calendar. So the good thing about this is, with the leap years and everything like that, even when people are off, doing different month, eventually we all do get in sync at some point. So I pray Jehovah was able to bless you and be encouraged, that we are following Jehovah's calendar. Just let's all try to get in sync. So we are marking today as the beginning of the 8th biblical month Bul. Okay, so thank you for all your questions. Thank you for your support and encouragement and your encouraging words. I really appreciate it. Thank you for following this, and share this to other people so they have an understanding of Jehovah's calendar and where we are. Thank you for watching another episode of New Moon Report, and Shalom.